Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Gensler, you have stated in the past that you believe that there is benefit to being in the office. Today, you told us that the SEC will be getting rid of one of its 3 buildings in which its employees work. And in February, the SEC's employee union reached an agreement with the agency that requires employees to return to the office only 2 days for each pay period. That's 4 days per month. Now, I will quickly concede that there are some jobs that can be done remotely. But when you're serving the public, when you're helping to protect consumers, when you're dealing with large financial firms, you need people to be at work. You need people to be in the office. You need people to benefit from the conversations that they have with their fellow staff members and regulators. So I guess my question would be, why did the SEC agree to a policy that's going to result in so few employees actually coming to work? Only 4 days a month? That strikes me as not serving the public.
So, if I might, I appreciate the question, and let me just start with the workforce, the staff. I couldn't be prouder of the SEC workforce. We have had a very robust work from home policy before COVID that was not the one that you just mentioned, but was 6 days in the office out of a pay period and so forth. And then COVID came, and we actually found that the staff could be quite productive. And then the bargaining unit, in good faith bargaining with management, we ended up, this is a matter of record, at impasse over these matters. And the impasse panel came out with where we are, which you accurately said, 2 days at a minimum in the office. But there's also provisions in the arrangements that for examinations, for enforcement, for other parts of the agency, where it's appropriate, management can call in, and we do on-site examinations of financial advisors and investment advisors and the like. So we've found during this period, this sort of forced upon us period in 21 and 22, that our productivity was quite strong, and the dedicated staff continued. But as I say, we did end up bargaining in good faith, and this is where we landed.
Well, this does not strike me as a good deal for the taxpayers or for the consumers that you're charged with protecting. I understand that some employees are at the job site. That makes sense to me. I also understand that there are some jobs that can be done effectively, fully remote. And under this employee contract, individuals who are in positions that are fully remote will not be required to return to the office at all. Surely there's a need, even for fully remote individuals, to come to the office for meetings occasionally. I'm just concerned, as we have seen at the IRS and the Social Security Administration, that what happens is consumers get the short stick, and that the individuals, the companies and financial advisors whom you're regulating are going to find it difficult to get information, and many of them have brought their employees back to work. And they're certainly back to work more than 4 days per month. So I want to express directly to you my deep concern and disappointment about that agreement. I want to turn quickly to another issue, and that has to do with your rulemaking process. and I would associate myself with some of the comments made by the vice chair on whether stakeholders are being given adequate time to respond to new rulemaking, whether provisions are being included in the final rule that were not in the proposed rule, and whether or not there is sufficient input going from the public and from the regulated into your rulemaking. So if you could respond to how your current process tracks with your prior SEC practice.
We put proposed rules out to notice and comment according to the Administrative Procedures Act, and we put economic analysis in. On average, I'm just looking at some notes here, but on average, from the time that we vote on something, it's been about 70 to 75 days out to public comment. What we also find during that 2 or 2.5 months, that's kind of the first deadline, but there are some people that will continue to send in comments, and we do as best we can to continue to take meetings and talk about, and this is just an average, just to give you a sense, but on average, it's about 13 months between proposing a rule and finalizing a rule. Now, some of them take 1.5 years, some we never finalize, but I'm just saying on average, it's about 13 months. And so on average, it's been about 2.5 months that the formal period is, and then we continue to take meetings and have input. We document it in the file, of course. Even these discussions here today, only one of 5 commissioners, but the discussions we'll have here today will influence me as a commissioner as we think about that final rule.
Thank you, Mr.